Peace, family. So I'm back with another one, you know what I'm saying? So today what I wanted to do was I wanted to touch base on words being spells and spells are real. And the words we was going to touch base on today was crazy and paranoid. So these two words, in my understanding, they were kind of created to kind of put a block between the spirit realm and the physical realm. A lot of these beings and these demons and these entities out here moving around against us want us to not be able to connect our spiritual realm where we live at with our physical realm, this 3D realm that we are in right now. So the best way to kind of manipulate people and work their black magic would be to just create new words. Words are spells. Spells are real. These words hold a certain kind of energy behind it. Yes, we can change the vibe behind the word to a certain extent, because I do it sometimes with a lot of words. But that also comes with having the knowledge and depth, because the change is going to come from within. So they want, the chosen ones and the targeted ones, they want us to believe that we fucking paranoid. Paranoid. If you think about being paranoid would have to be more so, and I'm going to give an exaggerated version of it because that's how I feel about paranoia. Paranoia would be more so like, okay, well, I wake up out the bed and I stub my toe, and then I blame that shit on somebody else. I leave out my room and then I bump my knee. I blame that shit on somebody else. I fucking make it to the bathroom. I trip and fall. I'm blaming that shit on somebody else. I leave out the house. I blame the ants. I leave out the house. I blame the grass. These are subtle things. This is how I think of paranoia. Paranoia to me is over-exaggerated, and it's usually over the top. And a lot of people, even when they use this word paranoia, they don't even have a fully inner understanding of it. It's like we use the word paranoia and crazy to kind of compensate for what we actually don't have physical proof or answers for. When you start getting spiritually connected, you realize you don't need your answers from an outside source. You already know that you can get it from within. It's called the knowing. A knowing. Nobody can take that shit away from you or away from us. When we know something, we know something. It doesn't matter how much black magic or dark magic, white magic, I don't give a fuck what kind of witchy shit they want to use. That witchy shit is not gonna fly with us. If we letting it fly, it's only for a certain extent because we have to deal with that vibrational being at the time. But a lot of us, we not fucking crazy. We know what the fuck we experiencing. And as long as the people that's close to us could make us fucking feel crazy or paranoid because they want to stop talking to us or communicating with us, or when they do decide to communicate with us and you are expressing something other than a happy emotion, they turn the shit and flip the script on you. I'll give a small example. I had called my mom one day, and I don't live with my mom. I called her one day because I wasn't in the best space. That's my mom, so I feel like I have the right to fucking call her. I called her. She told me, oh, I don't like your energy, so I'm going to get off the phone, and hung the phone up on me. I never talked to her again after that fucking day. Simple. All of these weak-ass vessels that's being used to gang stalk and that's putting us in these positions to making us feel like we fucking crazy or paranoid is bullshit, and is witchy shit. Crazy and paranoid do not exist. I say crazy a lot more so like how people say oh or ah. So like, say somebody did something and it just was really fast and I couldn't think of a quicker response, I'd be like, oh, that's crazy. As just an expression. I'm not saying like, oh, the whole situation overall is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So once we start getting to a better understanding that there is no such thing as crazy or paranoid for us spiritual beings. Yes, you can look at these fucking demonic beings and say they're crazy. That's different. We're not them and they're not us. So we don't compare ourselves the same way they compare themselves. We're different. There's not no, oh, we're all the same. Yes, every dog is the same on the outside, but they're not the same on the inside. It's simple. You don't see a poodle trying to run around and be a Rottweiler. That's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? And that dog isn't crazy for having a big energy. The dog knows that it has a smaller vessel, so it has to project its energy a certain way. And it's no different with us. When we get gang stalked, we project our energy a different way. And that's because we know that the beings around us is not fucking comprehending what's going on. One, because they're not chosen. Two, because they have no fucking self-awareness. And three, just because they already done sided with the other team by choice or just by going with the flow. You know what I'm saying? You cannot just go with every flow that's out here. That shit gonna have your ass at the bottom of a waterfall, drowning out somewhere. You don't follow every flow. We're not crazy and we're not fucking paranoid. It doesn't matter to me if I'm communicating with somebody and they talking about politics and I tell them politics doesn't fucking exist, or the shit is all bullshit. It's another witchy fucking rabbit hole. They can call me paranoid if they want to, but I understand that shit is null and void. If the system shuts down right now, all of that shit they got going on is not gonna matter. None of that shit is gonna fucking matter that they got going on. So that's what we have to do as a whole. And I know a lot of us are extremely self-aware, and a lot of us, if we're not up here on the self-control ladder, you know, we working our way up from wherever steps we are at. You know what I'm saying? It's what we do. Chosen ones and targeted ones, we are like some of the most self-aware beings you will ever fucking run into. Simple process. And everyone that I've ran into has not been crazy or fucking paranoid. Now, you do have some beings who are vibrating down here on a lower frequency and they haven't done the research to learn, so they are taking other outside supplements to kind of boost their psychedelic field. Even those beings, I'm not inside their spirit world to call them paranoid. I don't give a fuck how much drugs you take. I don't give a fuck what you on. I'm not in your spirit world to say you're crazy. The only way I will be able to place that kind of judgment on somebody is if we're both standing right here and they're telling me like it's snow on the ground and clearly it's no snow. That's a 3D physical object that will be visible and dense enough for us to see in this realm. So paranoia is non-existent for us. I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm speaking for the chosen ones and the targeted individuals and all my other superheroes with all these special powers and abilities that's out here grinding and pushing and working to raise this motherfucking frequency. Keep everybody aware and awake that's around them. They say you can't change the world overnight, but you can work on yourself and you can start affecting the people around you. You don't need to change the world overnight. This tree don't grow overnight. So you don't have to look for things to happen overnight. The things that you want to happen overnight will be things like not allowing people to use these spells, these words called crazy and paranoia to throw you off, or when they cast that spell on you and you believe it, you will fall into that sunken place. Don't allow these beings to do that shit to you. Because what's happening is they're working their magic and their witchy shit from every angle they possibly can. That's why we gotta counter everything. We counter everything. Look. Next person call you paranoid, just silence that shit. Because you already know you not. We got plenty of confirmations out here that we know we're not fucking paranoid. If everybody had to lose their throat chakra right now, we would still survive and thrive and live. Spiritual beings. We prove it every day when we communicate with babies and they don't speak the language that we have to program them to. We have to start understanding we came to this world extremely smart, not stupid. We wasn't fucking rolling around on rocks and in the grass and all that other extra shit that they make it seem like we wasn't intelligent. We built pyramids and all these things from the ground and from resources out here, because if we build from these resources out here, then throughout time it recycles itself back into the universe. we had access to be building all of this shit. We just didn't use it the same way because we already understood our capabilities, our powers and abilities, and we already knew how we affected the universe. I ain't want to run it up too long, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to drop something up there for y'all. Y'all make sure y'all tapping everything down below. Peace to the kings and queens.